If imagine you go to shul and the rabbi gets up to speak and he starts repeating a sermon that you've already heard, you immediately tune out because I already heard that sermon, right? Or if you go watch a movie and you've already seen the movie, you're not interested. You already heard that, so watch that movie. Or a book that you've already read. You don't want to read it again. I already know the end of the story. Why do I want to read the book again? There's no excitement. There's no joy in reading something that you already read. Generally speaking, if you go to a stand-up comedy routine and you already know the punchlines of this guy's jokes, it's not funny anymore, right? But imagine you go to a concert, one of your favorite singers, and he starts singing all new songs that you never heard before. You're disappointed. You're like, that's not what I bought a ticket to come to this concert. I hear all the songs I already know. Why is it that with music, you only want to hear, or primarily want to hear, the songs you already know? You tune in when it's a song that you know, as opposed to other things where you tune out when it's something that you already know. And the answer is, it's called Kulmas Halev. It's the language of the soul. You see, in the physical world, there's past, present, and future. So therefore, if I've already had that in the past, it's not exciting anymore. I want something new. I want something different. I want something fresh. But when it comes to spirituality, it transcends time, because God is beyond time, and the soul is beyond time. And here we come to the holiday of Sukkot. Sukkot is a very ironic holiday. Why? From all the holidays, this is the holiday we call the time of our rejoicing, the time of our joy. Yet, it's the time that we leave our beautiful homes and we move into a little flimsy hut. And this little hut, which is fragile and temporary, is really the story of the Jewish people, because we no longer have a fixed home, a fixed dwelling place. We have a temporary dwelling place. And you think about Jews who have sat in a sukkah from the time of the desert, the clouds of glory, throughout the 33 centuries of Jewish existence. And we never knew where our sukkah would be built the next year, because we're being expelled from one country, driven out from one place to the next. And Jews sat in a sukkah saying, next year we may be in a different country, we may have to leave, who knows, which evil dictator is going to throw us out again, But we're going to be happy. Why? Because we have something that transcends time and place, and that is spirituality. What is the real source of joy Sukkot teaches us? It's not a material thing, it's a spiritual thing. A sukkah is open to the heavens. It has an open door and an open heart. And when you sit in the sukkah with your family and your friends and you sing songs and you're joyous because you're part of something that is greater than time and place, part of a Jewish heritage, and you look up to the stars in heaven and you say, God is with me, then it doesn't matter the physical, temporary dwelling, because it's not the material, it's the spiritual, and it's who we're with in the sukkah that creates the joy, that creates the atmosphere, that creates the feelings of attachment and love to one another and to previous generations and future generations. And when we sing our songs in the sukkah, we know these are the songs, the melodies, the compositions of the Jewish people that have been sung for thousands of years, past, present, and into the future. I'll just tell you a story. There was after the Holocaust, there was a Vaad of rabbis, a committee that went back to Europe to try to rescue Jews and help the Jews. And they heard that there were a lot of Jewish children who were put into monasteries. The parents hid them in Christian monasteries. So there was a rabbi, his name was Rabbi Silvers, and he went into one of the monasteries and he said, "I was perished but in the Holocaust, but gave them into your hands to watch during the Holocaust years." And this particular, the nuns there said, "No, we don't have any Jewish kids here. We didn't accept any Jewish kids. We don't have any Jewish kids." And he said, "Okay, can I do me a favor?" She said, "Sure. I would like to come back at bedtime." And the nun said, "Okay, you're welcome to come back." They came into the room as the kids were in bed, about to close the lights, and the rabbi stood in the middle of the room full of beds with children. And this Rabbi Silvers put his hand over his eyes and he started to sing, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu. And suddenly little kids started to sing along from the beds. Hashem Echad. And little kids started crying, Mami, Tati. They started remembering the bedtime Shema with their parents. And he said to the nuns, these are the Jewish children. The melodies that we carry in our heart, the song of Judaism, that never dies. It lives on forever, no matter where, when, and how. And Sukkot reminds us that yes, we need physical sustenance, material things to get through life, but that shouldn't be our primary focus. As someone once said, the greatest things in life aren't things. Let us aspire to the spiritual joy of life on this holiday and take it with us for the rest of the year.